I'm Jerry Buesing, President and owner of Buesing Corporation, Phoenix, Arizona. Been in business since 1965. Established the business back in Minnesota. Small excavating contractor. Moved completely to Arizona in about 1989. Actually started operations in Arizona in 1985. We structured ourselves years ago where, of course, with the recycling being kind of a separate business within the Buesing Corporation, recently we went more back into grading because of the work that we've been doing in the solar fields, and pile testing and pile driving for the solar fields, where they're really unique subcontract bases, and that's really been what's carried us through this last 3, 4, 5 years in workload, is the diversification that we've given the company to be able to do different parts of the work, different trades. Greatest strength would be the diversification that we built into the flexibility in the operation of the company. You got to be on your toes. You got to know what you're doing. You got to have the proper equipment. You got to have good equipment, good people, and equipment doesn't break down. It's maintained and stuff to be able to meet schedules. We own most of the equipment that we operate. Rentals sometimes we'll go through like Empire for cat equipment. Yeah, you can't build a project today without GPS. You wouldn't be competitive at all. So typically when we bid work and it's hard bid, even if it's a negotiated work, we're really putting all efforts into what we feel we can produce, for productions with the right kind of equipment, the right number of equipment, to come up with the lowest cost. And so the advantage to that for us with the technology would be twofold, probably. Having generally newer equipment than other competitors, and definitely using GPS from the ground up. The equipment in our business is very important, and I think generally if we would look at our equipment fleet, we would probably average less than 4 years old. In the past, with time goods, machines like our loaders, where there are heavy production machine, on say an excavation, for example, we run those as low as 5,800 hours, up to typically in the 7,000, 7,500 hours, and traded them for new machines, just so that we could prevent any or all downtime. And many of those machines never lost a lick during that 5,000 to 7,500 hours of production time. Well, the reason that we've went into the Caterpillar equipment is not just my beliefs, but it's been a proven fact over the years that between the dealer support, the parts support, the service support of the Caterpillar dealers just about anywhere, especially here with Empire, they've always been there. They've always been on the forefront. The machine uptime is number one concern, not just with us as a contractor, but with Empire. And oftentimes on updates or whatever they may have had on new machines, they volunteered and transported a like machine out to be able to take our machine back to the shop and do an update or something on the machine with no cost to us. Very little, if no inconvenience. I don't think there's any other dealer or group of dealers in the country on an average that supply the support that the Caterpillar dealers supply. The operators that we have in the M Series love the M Series. The M Series, the power and the ease of operation and the GPS, I mean, the machines do the work, the operator drives them. He gets them in the right position. The K Series in the 980s here about I don't know, 4, 5, 6 months ago, and the breakout, the ease of operation, the smoothness of the machines and so forth, any of the operators that operate them just, have the highest compliments for them. They appreciate the equipment that we've got. We expect them to appreciate it, and we can get the most production out of it if we've got a good operator and a good machine. We don't brag about CAT equipment because Empire sells CAT, or we brag about CAT equipment because that makes us money.